Well, kids, SummerSlam is nothing more than a mere memory now as we begin our road to Night of Champions. And that road is paved in gold. See what I did? See what I did? Come on, that's good. That's good. See what I did there? Monday Night Raw, Dead on Dave review. Let's get into it. But you see the road's paved in gold because it's Night of Champions, and championship belts are made of gold. Come on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Monday Night Raw, Dead on Dave. Let's do it now.
Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? It is your boy, Dead on Dave. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys didn't miss me too much on the Joe Cronin Show's review. I was exhausted from an epic weekend of covering wrestling. I live in Germany. Times are all messed up for me. I got to stay up all night to cover this shit sometimes. So please forgive my absence. But I'm here to make it up for you with an epic Monday Night Raw review. Why is it going to be epic? I have no idea what happened on Raw, but it's going to be epic because I'm epic. Hear the epic voice, see the epic face, watch the epic hair. It's time to get into Monday Night Raw. I'm ready for it. Are you ready for it? Segment by segment, match by match, because I'm watching it right now. We're about to start and kick it off. So let's get into it and buckle in, buckle up, strap it on, and let's watch Raw. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. Boom. Here we go. So 3 minutes in, we already have something to talk about. We got a cold open to begin Raw, and I thought it was really cool. I thought it was clever. It was neat. It was interesting. They are going to do the statue unveiling, and I like the way that Seth Rollins looks. I like the way he talks. He looks more emotional than ever. He's got a new his hair is feathered. It's incredible. The hair is feathered, and it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, really, it really is. In all seriousness, he looks great. The moment looked good. Triple H really played it up bigger. It feels like a Triple H title run in a lot of ways, which is a good thing, by the way. That's a really good compliment. So very excited to see where this goes. It's going to be cool. I didn't really get spoiled on Raw, so I don't know what the screw is going to be, because we all know these things never go as planned. So it's going to be interesting. I think I have a couple ideas as what's going to happen, but we'll see. Should be a lot of fun. Let's get back to it. Remember, all times that I call out are without commercials. So just in case you're following along at home. So that was 3 minutes in. We just got the intro and all that stuff. It looked like Raw's intro has been spiffed up a little bit. It looks better too. So let's jump right in, get back to it, and see how they begin Monday Night Raw. Nice cold opening though. Okay, 20 minutes into the show, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorite openings to a Raw in a very, very long time. I don't care that it was a long promo. I could have listened to Paul Heyman for 3 hours. He said he had 3 hours of material. I could have listened to it. However, before we get into everything that he said and why it was so awesome, quick correction. Paul Heyman says Undertaker has never tapped out. Not exactly true, but he's still kind of right. This is and some people have pointed this out, this is a very similar situation to what happened in 2002, I believe, with Kurt Angle. The pin, tap out, same time. There's a little bit of a difference here because I think that's why they did the bell, is to kind of differentiate from the Kurt Angle situation. I think this is a little bit better than the Kurt Angle situation now, and I'll say that because of this promo by Paul Heyman. The explanation that he uses, the talking and pointing out of the timekeeper, brilliant. It's not the timekeeper's fault that he freaked out. I love that. I loved it. Everything he said made it make sense, and it's nowhere near as insane as it seemed last night. So I'm really, really happy with how they handled that. Everything else about this promo was absolutely fantastic. I mean, hilarious, poignant, smart. It's just everything that we love about Paul Heyman. Brock Lesnar looked like he had been through a war. He was scarred up, scratched up. He looked like shit, but he still looked like the beast. It was awesome. The ending of it with him wanting The Undertaker. I'm not here to set up a match for WrestleMania. Brilliant line. Brilliant line, because everybody assumed that was the case. How about Paul Heyman pointing out that The Undertaker passed out or blacked out, collapsed again? How about that? That was great. There was just so much that was so good about this promo. I could have listened to it all night. That's how I was captivated by it. I absolutely loved it. And then when you think that it couldn't get any better, Bo Dallas comes out and just what was Bo thinking? That's the best part. We know that wrestling's fake. We know that it's scripted and all that stuff. But in a moment like that, you're still like, what the hell is Bo Dallas thinking? What is he doing? And then the subsequent beatdown, the Suplex City, the trip to Suplex City for Bo Dallas. It was all awesome. Paul Heyman begging for more from Brock as Brock was trying to leave. Everything was great. Everything was great about it. I loved it. Great way to kick off Raw. It's probably my favorite non-wrestling match related opening I've seen in 5-6 years. I mean that. I really did enjoy it. It was awesome, fun, interesting, and got me juiced up for the rest of Raw. So let's get into the rest of Raw and start going through it. That was at 20 minutes. So, oh God, we're getting a promo from Ms. TV. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on with the rest of Monday Night Raw. Tell me what you guys thought of that opening segment, by the way. I want to hear what you guys think. Put it in the comments section below. Also, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button as we are on our way to 1 million, 10 million, 20 million, 100 million subs. Granted, we're only at 1,254. But you know what? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you guys are there with me every inch of the way on that journey. So I'm all pumped up, man. I got some freaking sleep last night. I feel great, pumped up, and this is going to be an epic Raw review. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support. Go pick up some copious gear, huh? I want to see Twitter pictures of people wearing copious gear. That's what I want. Take a picture of you drinking out of the copious cup. I want to see that morning cup of Joe Cronin scene. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Cross Joe Cronin show reference, and I use Joe as for coffee. Come on, that's great. Go drink. What?
I'm waiting for you to be done so I can beep around.
You will cook breakfast when I am done with this segment. I will take as much time with this segment as I need to take. You will wait. Thou shalt not interrupt. Dead on Dave.
Nuts?
Yes.
Then hurry up.
Well, if you wouldn't have interrupted me, I would have been done.
Bullshit.
No bullshit. Hey, I'm trying to tell these people to donate, okay? You messed up when I was trying to tell them to donate. If you want to donate to the channel, you can. 3 beeps. She interrupted me so she can make 3 beeps like it's a big deal. Make the 3 beeps. Women, wait. Women make shit so God. Can you stop what you're doing so I can make 3 beeps? Make the fucking 3 beeps. Who gives a shit? Make your 3 beeps. It's completely okay. I make 3 beeps every time I back up. It's completely fine. Fat joke. Good one, too. I like it. I don't care. Look, anyway, sorry that my wife derailed this whole damn thing. But if you would like what you hear, I don't know how. But if you do, go ahead and donate to the channel. Please. You can give the fat guy a tip, and that's good stuff. So let's get back to Raw. Thank you guys for sitting through that rigmarole. Raw time. Here we go. 24 minutes in, and I'm literally crying right now, man. Oh, my God. The New Day are blowing my minds with awesomeness every single time I see him now. Xavier Woods on a fucking trombone. Come on. The song was brilliant. It was poorly sung, but who gives a shit? That is awesome. The New Day is ramping this up each and every single time we see him. Whether you like him or hate him, and I got news for you kids, they're getting over now. People are starting to cheer them more and more. Bright light, bright light. And I think a lot of it has to do with Xavier Woods, but that was great. My God. And they still trash Brooklyn. That was awesome. The New Day. The New Day, y'all. Yes, indeed, the New Day. That was great. All right, let's get to the match with the Lucha Dragons because that was awesome. 31 minutes in. What? The Dudley Boyz. Yeah, I did hear they were coming back, but still, what a return. Holy shit. Look, first let's talk about I hit my water bottle. Let's talk about the match itself. I thought the match was really good with the Lucha Dragons. A lot of fun. Really short, but a lot of good stuff in there. Xavier Woods continued to play his trombone, which is great. I love it. All trombone, all the time. How talented is Xavier Woods, by the way? Anyway, so they get the win in a really good yet short match, and then the Dudley Boyz come out. At first, I thought it was kind of a waste to have the Primetime Players out there because the Primetime Players are talking about their tag team title rematch and all of that, and then bringing out the Dudley Boyz kind of steps on all of that. So it was a little confusing, but the Dudley Boyz, after hitting all their trademark stuff, all of their stuff, and by the way, it's been a long time since we've heard a crowd get that loud. That was Attitude Era loudness, by the way. Turn up the speakers and listen to that crowd. Not one person was not screaming at the top of their lungs, "Get the table." That's how loud it was, and that's how incredible it was. Goosebumps, chills everywhere. Just watched it. Absolutely incredible. So make sure that you guys go put on speakers, get your eardrums blowed out. But after they did all of that, they went out and got in the faces of the Primetime Players and said, "Do you know who we are?" That's awesome. Awesome. Sets up so much for the future. And God, this tag team division just got rejuvenated. Yes, rejuvenated with age. That's a thing because it just happened. So I'm excited about that. Some people are going to be like, "Oh, more old people, more burnt gamers." You know what? Sometimes you have to have an injection of veterans. You need the graybeards to get you to the mountaintop. You need the graybeards, the veterans, the grizzled guys, the warriors who have been there before to help lead the way for some of the talent. And you know what? The tag team division is a perfect place for that. Perfect place. And the Dudley Boyz, they're the most decorated tag team in wrestling history. Also, one of the most popular and one of the most over in history. So whenever you can bring them back as a team, you do it. You do it. Bubba Ray quit a job for this shit. I don't care what TNA tried to say after. "We didn't have him in long-term plans anyway." You made him the authority figure. Come on. And he was like, wait a second. They're bringing me back. Fuck this. And he jumped ship back over to WWE. Why? Because I think he understands something. This thing doesn't go on forever. This ride eventually stops. So when you get a chance to do or see something really special, you take it. Yes, I just referenced Little Big League. Yes, I just referenced Little Big League. Thomas Hayward. That's right. Go watch that movie and see what I'm talking about. Anyway, there's a Haywood. I think it's Haywood. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Why do I keep trying to end the show? I'm not ending the show. What am I doing? I keep saying thank you after going into each segment. What the hell am I doing? Moving on to the next segment. Let's see where Raw's going. Oh, boy. Woo! It's going to be one of those days, folks. Here we go. 32 minutes and some change in, and we just got a recap of the John Cena Seth Rollins situation. And usually the recaps I don't comment on. But because I'm sure the rest of the show is going to be pretty hectic, especially when they start talking about that situation, I wanted to talk about this now because I had a little bit of a point that I wanted to make. After talking to Tommy C off air and letting things digest with everything, there's a few things that I've come to really realize about this. Now, am I still against Jon Stewart being involved in this whole situation? Yes, I think he's the wrong guy. However, it's the absolute correct storyline. It's because you have to do things with John Cena that are unique. If John Cena would have just you can make the argument maybe it just would have been better to have Rollins beat Cena clean. But that's a passing of the torch that I don't think that we're seeing because Cena's not going anywhere. So I think eventually something like that will happen. Someone will get the ultimate rub from John Cena, but I don't think it needed to happen quite yet. And the question always becomes, even if Cena were to win, what next? What now? Could you do something with Ric Flair? I mean, there's all kinds of things, which you can always do. But for right now, after SummerSlam, getting into almost the fever pitch of the wrestling season, we're starting to get, it's a build. A good storyline to go off of is the Jon Stewart storyline, and not because of Jon Stewart. It's because of the story that's telling. Now, from what I understand, I got a little spoiled. I hear that Jon Stewart goes on to say that his reasoning behind everything was because protecting the Ric Flair thing. That's a really good reason for a wrestling purist and all of that. And if you go back and watch SummerSlam, he was playing the wrestling purist the entire night. So that makes sense. I like the continuity of the storyline. That's awesome to me. I'm just not a Jon Stewart guy. He's tiny, he's small, and he didn't do a very good job in delivering the chair shot and all that. However, it really does put Seth Rollins in a different spot, and it puts John Cena in a different spot. It makes the segment, makes the whole thing a little bit different. And when you go back and watch just how off John Cena was because of his nose, I think it definitely, the match needed some extra juice. It could have come from a different form, but I'm becoming more okay with this situation. I'm becoming more okay with Jon Stewart at SummerSlam. I'm starting to feel better about it. What does that mean? Nothing really, because who the fuck am I? But it placates me a little bit more that they're telling the stories. Look, the two most controversial moments of last night was that and The Undertaker. So far, to me, it seems like they've done a brilliant job of explaining those controversies, which is something they don't always do. So just something to keep in mind. You don't have to be angry all the time, not when it makes sense. So as long as the stories continue to be cohesive and singular and making sense, I'm fine with. So let's go ahead and get back into Raw and see where they go from here. Okay, so 37-42 in. Does anyone else think that statue looked like Hulk Hogan? I mean, it did. It looked like Hulk Hogan. It's the statue they took down of Hulk Hogan. They took his statue down probably and made it look like Seth Rollins. Holy shit. The face, the body obviously didn't look like the Hulkster, but the face looked just, they chopped off the face and reused it. That's amazing. Cool little backstage segment with the Authority and Rollins. They're setting up many different storylines with the things that they're saying. They're setting up a possibility of somebody interfering. They're setting up the possibility of a return. They're even setting up the possibility of a swerve with the Authority and Seth Rollins with some of the lines that they used. So, and of course, the constant reference to the man, that's another thing as well. So all kinds of cool stuff. Things to obsess over if you're like me, and things that you hear that make you go, whoo, yay. So there was a lot of it there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's get back and Roman Reigns. Oh, God, that's right. We're getting a rematch, the Wyatts and friggin' Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose again. I was really hoping that was going to be the end of it. Why continue this war? Obviously, it's going to build the Survivor Series. Let's see what happens. Brooklyn hates Roman Reigns. About 50 minutes in, and we just got the conclusion of the Wyatts and Shield, I'm just going to call it that because it's easier, match. And look, the match was even better than last night's. It wasn't as long, but I mean, it was a good match. Lots of good action back and forth. I'm still wondering what was the point until the debut of, I know I'm going to butcher his name probably, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. I'm sure I'm absolutely butchering his name. I don't care. I do know a little bit about this guy. He is a huge name in the strongman circuit, has been for a long time, and he is probably one of the first guys that are debuting that is 100% homegrown. This is a performance center product. He's been here since 2013, been around a while. He's been trained exclusively by the Performance Center. And this is one of the first guys to debut to do that. So this is exciting for a lot of different reasons. He made his debut wearing a black version of the Eric Rowan sheep mask. So obviously something is building here. The Wyatt family is growing. And I think this is going to continue to grow into a fever pitch until Survivor Series, because Eric Rowan probably will be back. That's 4. So they only need one more guy to have a 5-man team for Survivor Series, or it can be 4-on-4, whatever they want to do. This is exciting. This is exciting because this guy is a monster. He's an absolute monster. And he doesn't look like the prototypical big men that people hate. He looks like a big man who's going to just crush people. He's the biggest member of the Wyatt family yet, which is saying something, because they're all giant ham hocks. I mean, just huge guys. This is awesome. I really enjoyed the segment. This guy looks like a monster. He got kicked in the face by friggin' Dean Ambrose and absolutely shook it off. He also has a very unique choke out move that I like. It's an arm and shoulder choke, and a version of a sleeper hold. Very cool. I thought that was neat. I thought it was neat. So what do you guys think of Braun Strowman? I'm sure I butchered his name. Hopefully they'll say it on the show so I know how to say it better. Great debut, at least in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, if you've yet to do it, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Do it now, brother. Hit that like button. Body slam the like button, as Joe likes to say. Elbow drop it, as I like to say. Or caress it. Put your finger on it. Push it in. Push it in. Ever so gently. Go ahead and do that. And also subscribe to the channel. Let's get back to Raw and see what is next. Great Raw so far, man. We're an hour in. More than that with commercials, I'm sure. But awesome. Probably halfway done with commercials. 50 minutes in without. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time, man. I am pumped up. Lots of energy in this Raw, and that's what it needed. Good stuff. Let's keep it going. 1 hour and 1 minute in, and Miz TV was an absolute train wreck. This is going to kill the Divas Revolution, which, by the way, is a stupid thing. It was cute, and it was a good introduction, but it's time to end it. We don't need a superlative. These women are good enough to stand on their own. We don't need the teams. We don't need cliques of women, groups of women cackling at each other. It's boring, it's outdated, and it's ineffective. You want proof? Go back and watch this segment. As the Bellas came out, as the biggest part of the action started, when Miz, makes his misogynistic little jab, and they were about to attack his ass, what does the crowd chant? They're not chanting for any of these great wrestlers that were in the ring. They didn't care. They chanted for Lana, who is only over because of how she looks. That should be scary. Now, granted, this is a 1 arena sample size, but that should be scary to the WWE brass. They should be terrified at that, because it's a step backwards. We had a weekend where the greatest title defense, at least in NXT history, possibly in WWE history, and one of the greatest women's matches I've ever seen in wrestling history took place. But the chant that happened tonight during their big moment was, "We want Lana. We want Lana." That should be scary. You should be terrified by that. And it's because of this terrible creative to make it about the Divas Revolution. Why the fuck are we making this about man versus woman? Why did Paige go on a tirade about we're stronger? Why? Why? Who gives a shit? Just perform. Just perform. That's all you got to do. You guys are amazing. Each and every one of you. What did they do to Alicia Fox? Why is she doing a Bella impersonation? A bad Bella impersonation. The interaction between the 6 was terrible. Nikki and Brie are just completely ineffective on the mic. It really was a train wreck in every essence of the word. The first thing I legitimately hate about Raw tonight, there it was. Took the sales out. Hopefully the match will be better. They're getting a 6-woman match going. Excuse me. So hopefully that's going to be better and save this segment, because that was horrible. And if they keep it up, it will kill this revolution. Just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's watch the match and get back to it. An hour and 13 minutes in, and unfortunately the match did not save a damn thing. Nobody seemed in sync during this match. Nobody seemed to really be on the same page. I don't know if it's just a matter of buying into the own hype and not executing the way they should be. But these tag team, a lot of it is because it's tag team matches. That's a big part of the problem. Stop it. Stop the tag team matches because they look like shit. At least stop them with the Bellas because they look horrible. They're the weakest wrestling team of the three. They need somebody in there that can actually go because they don't have one now. Not one of the three are on the level of any of the other three on PCB, and two of the three really on Team Bad. So stop. Gotta stop. Has to stop now because this is a problem. This Brooklyn crowd hated this match, hated the Divas, and if this continues, which it easily could, we're going to hear more JBL chants. We're going to hear more Blue Pants chants. We're going to hear more Lana chants. We're going to hear all kinds of shit instead of giving a shit about the match. This is a problem. This is a problem. I like women's wrestling. I like when it's done right. This is not done right. This is Vince. This is Vince. This is Vince because nobody else is doing this within the company, especially with NXT. Vince is like, okay, well, we got him up here, and now we're just gonna let him do things. There's no cohesive thought line. There's nothing, and it's a problem, and the fans are noticing it. Stop featuring all of them at the same time. It's not working. Sorry for the rant. Sorry for the venting, but this really irritated the shit out of me. It's a step backwards. Big step backwards. All right. Let's get back to it and see what's next on Raw. Hopefully we can recover from that 25 minutes of shit. Let's go. 1 hour and 17 minutes in, and now they are going to refocus back on Stardust and Neville. Okay. I'm okay with that, as long as they let them wrestle and there's good matches. Stardust turned his back on King Barrett and attacked him and destroyed him for the loss last night, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if that takes place. If, God, I lost my train of thought. If King Barrett gets retaliation or what. I don't know, but it's a burial of King Barrett. People want to talk about burials. This is a burial. Just the consistent burial of Wade Barrett. I don't understand it. What has he done to piss people off to where he gets no traction? It just makes no sense. And we saw something similar with Dolph Ziggler for a long time. And you can make the argument that that's still happening. But this is just weird. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And hopefully it's going to turn the corner at some point. But we'll see. Let's get back and see where this goes next on Raw. 1 hour and 34 minutes in, and we got a overly long and boring explanation by Jon Stewart. Now, I know I said that I was starting to feel it a little bit, and I was starting to feel the explanation. That was until Jon Stewart actually started talking. Jesus Christ, Jon Stewart, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, Jon Stewart, please stop. Stop. Oh God. John Cena promos are bad enough without you interrupting. And by the way, John, I'm not a fan of Jon Stewart. I'm not. I was going to say I'm a fan of. I was going to give him respect there, and I do respect him. He's okay. When Ric Flair is coming down the aisle, and that iconic music is playing, you know your role and shut your mouth. What the hell's the matter with this guy? Oh. Anyways, so yeah, the segment turned into a train wreck. John Cena got an AA and good. Awesome. Didn't really care for it. Stewart didn't really add anything to it. And that was my worry. But I'm okay with the explanation. And it looks like it's just dead now. It looks like the storyline is dead. It's not going to really have any other ramifications. They don't need to. Stewart doesn't need to get his revenge. Stewart doesn't need to have a 4-on-1 handicap match. He does nothing. End it. Finish it. It's done. The AA, it's over. Let's move on. Let's move on. No need for any more. Let's be done with it. All right? Just like this segment. Let's move on and see what's next on Monday Night Raw. Whew. 1 hour and 57 minutes in, and the 8-man tag team match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was Sheamus, Rusev, Big Show, and Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Ryback, and Cesaro. Almost called him Antonio Cesaro. Sorry. I thought the match was good. It was interesting. There was a lot of good stuff. I think it sets up a lot of things for the future, and obviously that's the case with the ending of the match with Big Show inadvertently knocking out his partner and then everybody turning on him, basically, which is funny because Big Show's turned on everybody anyway. Kevin Owens getting an awesome cannonball on him and then just leaving him. Thought that was great. And then the Faces coming back in and hitting a really ambitious idea that didn't look beautiful, but I liked it nonetheless. Cesaro and Ryback gorilla pressing Big Show into an RKO. Thought it was pretty damn sweet. Didn't look great. It was kind of ugly, but hey, that's a big dude, so I thought that was cool. Overall, I liked the match. I liked the segment, and we're getting close to the ending. Let's see what happens. I did get spoiled, unfortunately. I know who comes back, but I'm still excited to see how it looks. So when I come back, when that reveal does happen, I'm going to act like I've never seen it. I didn't know. Well, I didn't see it, but I'm going to react like I didn't know. So watch my acting ability. It'll be good. If you're a Hollywood talent scout, set your DVR or record. I don't know. All right, let's get to it. 2 hours and 1 minute in. I said his name right. Braun Strowman. Yay, I didn't butcher it. Ha. He's Abigail's black sheep, as Bray referred to him as. That's awesome. Good explanation. I'm a happy guy. Let's... Yeah. Oh. Fuck. That was good. That felt good. All right, let's get back to it and finish up here, because main event time or main promo time, whatever you want to call it, is coming up now, I believe. So let's check it out. Okay, well, there it is. There you have it. Sting returns to the WWE. Yes, and they did it in a really good way. I loved it. Sting looks fantastic, too. Holy shit, he looked like he was in great condition. Now that all the excitement is there for Sting's return, and believe me, I'm feeling it. I love the Stinger. The reality, the fairness that you guys have come to know me for has to set in as well. What the hell does this mean? Sting's not a WWE champion, potentially, is he? Does anybody want to see that? Look, I blasted TNA for putting the belt on Sting a few years ago. Blasted him. And I'll do the same to WWE if they do it now. Or will I? Because Sting is one of those guys that, look, the TNA Championship is one thing. It doesn't have the prestige. But Sting as a WWE champion, it almost feels right to see just once. I'm not an advocate of this. I'm not saying it should happen. But I don't know if I won't mark out for it either. What does this mean? How does Sting fit here? It looks like they're still going with John Cena. They did the loyalty, hustle, and respect thing for Rollins. I mean, so it really does seem like that's going to continue. But Sting is in here. He's here for a reason, man. So what is the purpose of this? Why? Is Sting going to get a match with Seth Rollins for the championship? He looked great. Sting looked great. He might be able to carry a match, or might get carried in a match with Seth Rollins, but he might be able to pull it off. This is very interesting, man. This is very exciting, and it's a great way to end Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw started out fantastically, man. It really did. The energy was there, and then it had a real bad lull period. For me at least, with the women's stuff. And really just after that, it had a hard time picking back up. The 8-man tag did it. I felt it picked it up real well. Had a lot of fun with the 8-man tag. I give it a 7.5 and 8. 7.5 to an 8. I thought it was a really decent Raw with some epic moments. Really decent Raw, really good Raw with some huge moments that are fitting of an after show of SummerSlam. I think my biggest criticism of SummerSlam was that SummerSlam itself didn't feel like a SummerSlam. It didn't have the pomp and circumstance that we want to see from a SummerSlam. I think that is the problem ultimately with SummerSlam this year. If that's the pay-per-view we get over and over, we're going to be happy with that for any other pay-per-view aside from the big ones. the SummerSlams, the WrestleMania. Those have to be a step above, and I think that's where the criticism comes. In and of itself, not a bad pay-per-view. But it felt similar to Raw, and that's the problem. You should not be able to compare the two. But overall, Brooklyn's got to be very happy with the weekend that it had. Huge, massive weekend. Lots of good stuff. Very excited for the future now. We're going to see some things move forward. And let's get it going, man. I mean, how exciting is this? Glad you guys can join me again right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Tell me what you guys are thinking about the channel and the show. We got a lot of exciting things starting to roll. The Touch 'em All, my weekly baseball show with Jeff Huffman, has moved to Fridays. Got a lot of stuff to say about that as baseball continues to head towards the postseason. Hockey season's right around the corner. That means I'm going to be resuming my duties over at Shot from the Point, doing In the Crease with Tommy C. I'm excited about that. All kinds of good stuff. So let's get that going. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching over the weekend, me and Joe Cronin, Jesse J, on everything that we've done on both of our channels. Thank you guys for being a part of it, all the support, all the love. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. All the donations that we got this weekend, thank you for those. It was really helpful and nice of you guys to reach out and just give us a little bit, hey, here's a tip. You guys are doing a good job. Thank you. We appreciate that. I appreciate it especially. Thank you. It's good to feel the love. So hope you guys are enjoying everything on the channel, and go ahead, and if you feel like donating, go ahead and do that. And if you want to buy some Copious gear, you can just go buy Copious gear as well. Support the channel. I want to see pictures. Tweet me at DeadOnDaveV. Let me know that you love the shit. Let's tweet it out. Get those Copious gear going. Drink some coffee out of the mug of copiousness. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. See you next time. Peace.